none of us are meant for everyone, but we all are meant for someone and some group of people because of who we are, how we communicate, the way we communicate, the vibes we put out. People will connect with you when they won't connect with me or Lesley, right? They will connect with you and you will be able to help them in their lives. And it's so easy for us to forget that. We're not for everybody, but we absolutely are for some.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Be It Till You See interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I get to dig into the audacious convo I had with Jennifer Szpigiel in our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that interview, you can feel free to pause this now and go listen to that.
You can put Lesley on half speed for this episode.
Holy moly, what is wrong? I'm like,
you're talking
my
so
T's
fast.
and D's and my B's and my C's and my.
So you had this epic convo with Jennifer Szpigiel.
She's amazing.
She's
if
a
you
badass.
haven't yet listened to it, you should. Is this not enough, Brad? You should pause this now.
Yeah.
And go back and listen to that.
Yeah. Now just put it on 1.25. It'll be good.
Yeah. So I live in a 1.5 speed, and occasionally I have guests that are at the same speed as me, and then you're all fucking screwed. You're gonna have to slow it down because you can't talk slower when someone else is faster. So Anyways.
Well, here's the deal, y'all.
It's Brad's birthday.
Today is my birthday.
You are 41.
Holy cow! Are you kidding?
Hot damn. That's what it says.
That's what it says in the script. Hot damn.
It's also International Chess Day, and we are also in Scotland with my dad.
Right now.
At
this exact moment.
At this moment.
Yes.
So
we're probably driving down to Leeds.
Congratulations, though, Brad. Just because last week, 2 weeks from when people listen to this, we told someone your age, and they didn't believe it.
It's true.
They thought you were a few years younger.
Yeah. They said early 30s. And I
thought
said,
that was for me.
That works for me.
That was for me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. They thought I was early 50s. It was crazy.
Shut up. That is not true. Anyways, we're
41. Can't believe it. And it's International Chess Day. I had no idea my entire life. July 20 is Chess Day. And I am a fanatic about chess that y'all have never heard me talk about.
Clearly not enough.
Yeah, you never heard me talk about, but I played on the chess team in middle school and high school.
When we watched the Queen's Gambit, you were very integral in helping me understand why this was at all important.
Why the drama?
There's so much drama. Like, if there hadn't been dramatic
so much
music,
drama
I would be
the
like,
move of the chess.
I was like, I don't get it. Anyways, happy
And then
chess.
I started watching
Brad's Chess Day.
I've recently started watching these great YouTube chess clips where this girl she's working on becoming a grandmaster, and her mom is, and they sit down in the park in New York.
Oh, you told me about these. Like, he keeps showing them to me on YouTube.
And her mom whoops these people's asses, and they don't even see what's coming. And she looks like, she just doesn't come across as this confident chess person, and she's so smart. It's brilliant. Love it.
Anyway. What? It's just a side note. Can we just if these morons it's 2023 and they are assuming a woman cannot slay them at chess, they deserve to be slayed.
I think it's this that they come out with this crazy bravado of and it's part of the it's actually like a tactic. It's like people sitting at a poker table where they're shit talking the whole time, and that's supposed to get under your skin. So these guys try to do that, and her mom doesn't talk back at all. She hardly engages with them. She just plays the game, destroys them, and they don't even know what happened.
Yeah, I guess
pretty fun. The girl that you watch too, she's also amazing. She's she's obviously in a family of chess players.
Yeah, I think all of them need to live in a world for a little bit of time where they just assume everyone's better than them. Clearly their parents didn't tell them that, like mine did.
Yeah.
I go around the world going, everyone's better than me.
Some of the videos are cringy as fuck because they're like being mansplained and you're just like, oh God, just shut up, man. You're about to lose.
Anyways, well, also.
Moving right along.
So while we are currently in the United Kingdom, we're in Scotland. We're going to be in the United Kingdom tomorrow. Is that how it goes?
No, it's all the United Kingdom.
It's all the United Kingdom. Yeah. So sorry, you guys.
Scotland, Britain / England.
Sorry, I'm in America. My history classes were shit. So that's not news. So we are going to be in Leeds tomorrow with our mullet tour that you've been hearing all about.
Yeah.
So excited for this. So we are so excited. I have no idea if when you're listening to this, that there's any tickets left because it was pretty much sold out at the time that we're recording this. So, but you can go to opc.me/UK. You can also just hit up our chat bot, people. It's not even a bot. Hit up our chat. It's Real Human Beings. We'll get back to you at Real Human Hours and they can tell you what you can purchase. That's what's so amazing about just hiring a whole fucking team. Next month is August and we are going on tour.
Yeah.
You should say it the way it's written.
We are going on tour.
Yeah.
I wrote that.
Yeah, he did.
I actually wrote that. So it's our West Coast summer tour.
Yeah.
And we're leaving Vegas, going south towards Los Angeles, then going up the coast all the way up to Seattle with a bunch of stops along the way. And then we're going to scoop back around through Idaho, Utah, back to Vegas. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity of that 4,000-mile loop, just go to opc.me/tour.
If you are one of the third of the U.S.,
then come hang out with us because we'd love to meet you in person.
You guys, again, exotic cities. We're talking the coolest cities. Redlands, Long Beach. You know what? Long Beach is cool because it has all the rap songs.
Bakersfield, Hanford, Fairfield, Modesto, Fairfield, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Seattle, Spokane, Idaho Falls, Salt Lake City, St. George.
I'm sorry, all of those?
I'm working on it.
Okay, well, so some of those cities are not confirmed. That would be anything after Seattle's.
Hey, by the time you hear this, they better be confirmed.
Okay, well, they have to be confirmed. But the ones before Seattle are for sure confirmed, and spots are selling out so fast.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm so fucking proud of the people who are partnered with us on this tour because they are really bringing their community out and it's not an easy thing to do. And I'm just can't wait to squeeze them all in real life. September, it is Profitable Pilates Agency Mini 9. So this is our business coaching company and it is our week-long coaching event and we only do it twice a year. And to be honest, we're working very hard to do it once a year. And will once a year be next year? Maybe. You don't know. So you should
not wait on this.
To profitablepilates.com/mini to get on the wait list. Waitlist people get extra time. They actually get to join the group early.
Yep.
Which is kind of crazy. You actually, while we're on tour, can start getting coached by us before the actual event starts.
Yeah, like up to a month ahead of the event starting is when we'll be letting people in. So shh, that's why you want to get on the wait list.
Get on the wait list.
Tell everybody. Don't shush. Just
tell everybody.
ProfitablePilates.com.
Do you want to know why you have to tell everybody?
Mini.
Because to change an industry, to actually make it a place where there's so much abundance and people are all making money, everybody has to know the secrets, in air quotes, to a thriving, growing business. I talked to one of our studio owners yesterday. She is 100% on track to surpass $500,000 on a single studio.
Holy cow.
Single studio.
That's so great.
Yeah, so fucking great.
I love that.
Yeah, so, and we have another studio that last year barely missed $1 million.
Yeah, literally 10 grand shy of 7 figures in sales.
So amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so amazing. So, and if you're like, Lesley, I'm not motivated by those numbers. I'm a solo person. Yeah, I got your back too, babe. Got your back. We do home studios, solopreneurs. We help people go from brick and mortars to home studios. So anything in between, I don't care if you're in a training program or you've been teaching for 30 years, we are going to help you. If your business is not growing the way you want it to go, then actually, this is a great episode. Go listen to Jen Szpigiel's episode and listen to this because that's why you need to be a mini. Yeah. It's called Fulfillment, babes.
Well, so one thing that I just wanted to say was for people who have been teaching for 20 years or more, whatever, the reality is we get stuck in these ruts of that's just how I've always done it. And we do that stuff too. And we look back now and we go, wait, why are we doing it this way? So there are foundational things that we go through in Agency Mini that will really benefit your business, even if you've been doing it forever. And, I think that, basically you could take this and maybe even simplify your life and make your existing business even more fulfilling for you. So it absolutely is available for those who have been around the block, as it were.
All right, banging the rest of this out. October, Cambodia. You know the trip. You know the deal.
Yep.
You really should be signing up right now. November, we've got some.
So go to leslielogan.co/retreat.
Thank you.
Yep.
November, we got something coming up. I can't announce it right now because I have the details, but they're not ready yet.
Yeah.
So just know that something
Stay tuned
amazing.
for November.
And December, winter tour.
Yeah.
More deets
that's coming
to
back
follow.
on. We'll share more deets about the winter tour after the summer tour is already booked up and out. So stick around for that.
But if you are jealous of anybody from Nevada through Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, then you need to be on the winter tour.
Yeah.
Because that is where we hit, not everyone else, but we hit another third.
All 40 other states. Just kidding.
No, that's like 45.
I'm kidding.
We do not.
Yeah, we do not. That's not an option.
So, babe.
Tell me.
It is your birthday.
It is my birthday.
And people need a fun fact about Brad.
Oh, well, y'all know I love cactuses. I just told you about my chess habit. I am a Star Wars junkie.
I don't even know it's a fun fact. They didn't know.
I mean, I don't know. I've only talked about it a couple times.
You're also a massive gamer.
I'm a gamer. I actually love to play games, and I grew up choosing to play video games instead of watching sports. So when my family was playing or was sitting around the TV, I would quietly sneak out the back, and because no one was using the PC, and I could play video games.
I'm pretty sure our new favorite people in this world, I think they were so excited to hear that we're not sports people. And not only are we not sports people, but when your family was watching sports, you left to go play video games. I'm pretty sure they're now like, that is what made them obsessed about you.
Yeah. And I feel like I had to, okay. First off, I got rid of my television like 15 or 20 years ago at this point. 15 years ago, I think. Secondly, I had to intentionally decide not to install video games on my desktop computer or my laptop because I was a PC gamer. So when I sat down on my computer, it was very distracting for me because like in the back of my mind, it was always calling, ooh, this game. So I had to make the professional decision or I would never work. I would just play video games all day. So now when I game, I only game on my phone. And it's like between, like if I need to take a break or, at night when I'm winding down or something like that.
You guys, when I met him, he was in like some sort of guild. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was in a guild. Yes,
yeah,
it's true.
So he was. So here's the deal. What's really funny is like, now a fun fact about me.
I'd like to say it was a community. And that's so like, yes, it's a guild and that's nerdy and fucking like dorks. But I was in a community of people playing the same video game and we would all chat with each other about the game.
Yeah. And so a couple of years ago, we were on a drive to LA and somebody disappointed me in a way that it's hard to disappoint me. It's actually wasn't like disappointing me as a person. They failed to show up for my community after committing to doing that. And that was a disappointment to me. And it pissed me off so much. And I couldn't do much about it except for reschedule them. And I was so infuriated. I downloaded a video game on my phone and Brad saw like this whole other side of me.
It's like the very first time
for 2 hours.
History together.
I was like in this game for 2 hours. I didn't even speak. And I was just in and he's like, whoa. And I'm like, well, this is why I don't have video games on my phone. And it was a win recently.
I've converted her, people.
I know.
I've converted her.
But it was an FIF recently that I actually put my phone on grayscale so that I play my video game less.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's fun facts about Brad and me. That's why you're all here. Okay, so
well, stick around. We'll be right back. Okay, now let's talk about Jennifer Szpigiel. Jennifer, or Jen, or Jenny, I think you called her Jenny, is a dedicated individual who finds fulfillment as a mother of four while nurturing her entrepreneurial endeavors, I was going to say here, but she's very entrepreneurial. She's run multiple businesses. She embodies continuous self-improvement and inspires others to become the fullest versions of themselves through her platform, which is called Becoming Iconic. So she's Jenny from Becoming Iconic, y'all.
Jenny from the iconic block. That's why I thought you were just saying Jenny from the block. She's Jenny from
Becoming
the block.
Iconic. Yeah. No, Jenny Szpigiel, her last name is definitely a mouthful to spell. So that's why she goes by Jenny from Becoming Iconic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I love people who change their names.
You do?
Yes. I mean, I think it's great that Michael's on Michael Unbroken. He doesn't go by his full name.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I don't know. I mean, my name is my name, but we're currently trying to change yours. So
What? It's all right. Everybody calls me Brad Logan. God damn it.
You give it to people because it's easier to spell.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's definitely easier to spell than Crowell.
Yeah.
It's true.
Especially when a magazine goes by Cromwell.
Motherfuckers, put an M in there.
Sorry, guys. Side note: we're not healed from this yet, but Brad.
Not that I'm bitter about it or anything.
Brad's finally been in. Brad was in a magazine, and we were interviewed together as a couple, and I edited
that shit.
He said, "Please change my name. This is how it's spelled." Which usually it's like, "Please change Leslie's name. This is how it's spelled," and they changed it in the article, but not in the actual like title.
Yeah.
Which is like the thing that's big.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting
Anyway,
it fixed,
good times.
but
moving along.
Yeah.
So,
okay, let's talk about what I loved. So she said the epitome of success is fulfillment. And one thing we talked about is like all these people putting out the numbers that they make. This is the income I make every month. And like, that's why you should hire me. Or this is the income I make on this. And I will say, to sum it up, I actually do love women seeing the possibilities of income that can be made in a month or a year by anybody. I think it's very important. In fact, I was listening to like even
it's empowering.
It's very empowering. It's also like you got to see what's possible. Sometimes if you can't see it, you can't do it, right? Like you got to be able to like. There's some people need to know that that's an actual thing that's out there. And I remember I was listening to another podcast where like the woman was like, it's so important for women to share salaries they're making at companies so that when they go to negotiate for salaries, they know what is possible to ask for. So I want to just state, I actually do love when women talk about money in that way. However, what we talked about that I wasn't loving, or she's not loving, is that some of these people are not telling the full story. They're actually not sharing the journey that got there. They're not sharing the actual behind the scenes. And I was telling Brad, I was like, I don't know if we talked about it on the pod, but like there was this one reel that came up on my phone. It was like, this Airbnb made me this many thousands of dollars plus 17 cents. And
was that with the dude in the socks and he was sitting facing like to the side?
Yes.
I remember that ad. Yes. Exactly that ad. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Really well done. And
it wasn't even an ad. It was just his reel. And it was like it was a post for him to sell you on hiring him on how to make income off of your Airbnbs.
Yep.
However, when I saw that, because we're educated enough, because we know how much it costs to like do these things, I was like, but how much did the Airbnb cost? What are the cleaning fees? Like, what are the other things? Like I have a client who has an Airbnb, and y'all, she has had to replace so much fucking shit. So yeah, okay, maybe you made that income, but like, what was the cost of it? And so her big thing is like, we need to also normalize the full story, and we need people to actually know that they should know that full story so that they're not thinking, oh my God, there's something wrong with me because I'm doing something similar to them and I'm not making that money.
Right. I mean, if you're like saying I made $8,946.32 a week off of this thing, it's a bit weird first off, but also, I'm obviously watching your ad. So how much did you spend on these ads? Like, like are you, that's where you're talking about the full story. And I think that's, honestly, it's one of the things that I'm going to shift this over to something that I'm proud about. We are very transparent with our coaching, like how we run agency. And we talk about these, the hidden costs, as it were, of running a business. And, even running a modest, like home studio still has costs, right?
Exactly. And the problem is that a lot of people don't even include those costs, and that's why they struggle with their business.
Yeah.
We are very transparent. Like when we're coaching our group, so I was talking about a challenge, and I said, oh yeah, we had 300 people sign up for this $19 workshop. They're like, whoa. And I'm like, that doesn't cover my payroll. If you actually grab a calculator and you type that in, it didn't cover my payroll. Is it impressive? Yes. Am I proud of it? Absolutely.
Sure.
Is that all? Did I make all that money? No. I made money, and that money went out to disperse across the team, across our bills, across our expenses. So when we tell people, yes, you can make 6 figures in home business. Yes, you can make 6 figures at your solo studio. Yes, you can make $1 million at a studio. We also share that you have to know your costs.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's the point of the $1 million? Why have that goal if it actually costs you $900,000 to get there? In fact, we had a girl who was she wanted to make $1 million a year. But when I looked at all of her costs,
she was hardly profitable.
It was a $900,000 cost. I was like, why are we going for this goal? Why not cut more costs and go for $500,000 and you can actually profit $300,000?
Right.
So like, why are we going for $1 million? So it's just really, I think it's absolutely important to normalize how much is possible to make in a given occupation or opportunity. But I do think we also need to normalize like asking, how did you get there?
Yeah.
Show me your work. Anyways, that's what I loved. I love that we talked about it. And I also think like, it's again, just go back to her thing. It's like, it's all about fulfillment. So you can go for big numbers, but if it's not fulfilling to you, what's the point? We're not here to live on this planet just to make a ton of money. You can make a ton of money and be in a job you actually like.
Well, you can make a ton of money and be a job you hate.
Yes.
And that's not fun.
Yes.
Or you can make a ton of money. Like, okay, the best case would be you make a ton of money and you love your job. The not great case is you make a ton of money and you hate your job. Something that's not great is that you love your job and you make no money. But what if you love what you're doing and you're making enough money?
Yeah, you're making the money you want to make.
Yeah.
And we have an episode coming out with Nicole Mitchell, which I cannot wait for you to hear, where she actually talks about like how it is absolutely you should charge. You should figure out how to monetize the things you love to do, because you deserve to do the things you love to do and get paid for it.
Yeah.
But that's coming out. So anyways, it's all about fulfillment. What did you love?
Okay. So a couple things. First off, one thing she just kind of threw out there, which I thought was awesome, and it did shift straight into the conversation we just had. Getting success is the easy part. Holding on to that success is where you have to put the sweat equity in. And so I find this really interesting because if you, I've been reading a book right now that really talks about paying yourself first, right? Is the general concept of the book. Right. And something that, like, having come from the startup world where somebody makes $1 million investment in the company and then you just go turn around and you spend a bunch of money over every month and you figure out your burn rate and all that kind of stuff and whatever, you have this like road until it all implodes on itself like X months later. It doesn't, when you flip it and you're working for yourself and you're trying to keep your expenses low and growing it and all the things, your expenses can they can grow a lot too, right? And so what she was saying was, I was making $30,000 to $40,000 a month in sales in my business, but my personal credit cards were maxed. My life was in shambles. I was really stressing out all the time. I was ashamed as fuck, and that wasn't how, like. Okay, cool. I can go brag about this epic business. But again, lifting the hood, being transparent, she said it didn't sit well with her. And so she had to shift everything so that she could pay herself out and hold on to the success that she was creating in her business. And that changed her business slightly, but it allowed her to actually enjoy the process again. So, and that said, one of the things that she talked about was gratitude. It's a celebration in motion, right? So it's a practice, right? And I think that it's so challenging to step aside from the thing that you're working on and look at it from a third party perspective and be like, holy shit, this is pretty cool what I'm working on or what I've done or what I've accomplished. And to look at that and to celebrate yourself, right? Mm-hmm. She said she had a client who made $100,000 in a month. And her entire goal for the year was $100,000, but she made it in a month. And then she was like, okay, that's amazing. Now I'm on to the next thing, right? And she was like, hey, slow down.
Yeah.
Because do you realize what you just accomplished? Like, you have to appreciate that. You have to take the time to celebrate that. And I know how hard this is because I'm not very good at it myself, celebrating. Right. And that's what I loved.
Maybe
was that
Brad
she
needs
said,
to come in and do an FYF every once in a while.
maybe. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd be open to that. But she said that celebrating is a practice. Right. And that's what kind of grabbed me. I thought, oh, how can I work that into a consistent routine of mine to look at what we got and go back and reflect? And so one thing that we did to, go this direction was in our group Slack for our team, we actually created a wins channel.
Yeah.
That I'm in there literally every day, and I see all the things, and I see this wins channel, and it reminds me, hey, what is a win that we can celebrate as a team? And that has been really good practice to be finding things.
We said this before on the podcast with one of our contractors who only does one thing with us. She only does our Amazon flashcard stuff. So she's in there to communicate with us, but like, it's so rare that you even see her in there. And she reached out to Brad and she's like, you know what I love about your company? You guys celebrate all these wins. So you guys, she does this thing for so many companies.
Yeah, we're just one of her clients.
We're just one of her clients.
But when we invited her into our Slack, it was to the whole team, and she's like, whoa, okay, I'm part of this team now that I didn't really even know existed. And so she gets to see the inner workings of, some of the communication of what we do.
And she loves it.
And she loves the wins.
We're her favorite clients, I think. I'm just going to say it.
Putting that words in her mouth. But yeah, we'll take that.
Whatever. I'm sure Mel loves me.
So Jennifer mentioned rewarding yourself. Like, here's a couple of ways that you can celebrate with gratitude. Rewarding yourself with fresh flowers. Writing in your journal how you felt in the moment so that you never forget it. I think that's something that I've been learning about a lot because we listened to a guy who has been sharing stories from his life over the past 40 or 50 years of his life. And every single night on this podcast we listen to, it's a new story from him. He's clearly going back through his journals. And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure I burned my journal after high school, so I don't have any of these memories. Not that I wanted to keep those memories. They weren't that awesome. But, he's been journaling for decades. And so he actually has this crazy account of his own life, how he felt, what was going on, who was involved, what actually happened. And now, because of podcasting, he's able to share those things, which I find really fascinating. But this made me think of episode with Amy Ladine. Amy has her daily affirmation cards, her DACs,
Yes.
but she also has a card that I loved that is her wins card. And when she's feeling down, she pulls out her wins card and she reads through all the wins to help her own self, her own state of mind, and remind herself the things that have happened through her journey that kick ass and actually will help her in this moment. So loving that idea. All right, so finally, let's talk about those be it action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your convo with Jennifer Szpigiel?
You're up first.
Go forward and serve the people. So
I love this. I know it's your be it action.
This is a great be it action item, Brad. You said your voice has changed. She's hiding over here. Recognizing that someone somewhere in the world is absolutely 1000% looking, hoping, praying for the service or product that you have to offer. And I think that is so, we forget that there is none of us are meant for everyone, but we all are meant for someone and some group of people because of who we are, how we communicate, the way we communicate, the vibes we put out. People will connect with you when they won't connect with me or Lesley, right? They will connect with you and you will be able to help them in their lives. And it's so easy for us to forget that. We're not for everybody, but we absolutely are for some.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked the be it action of make the bold, audacious move. Hello. Be it.
Be it.
Bold. So
Messy action.
Yeah, messy action. So this is the most important part of it. Stop waiting for life to show and prove to you that you are ready. You show life and business you are ready. And that is the ultimate be it till you see it, because I see too many people waiting for a fucking sign to show that they are supposed to make a left or a right or go straight. And it's like, actually, you go right or left or straight. You do that because you cannot make a wrong decision. And it's like when I wanted to have a partner in my life, I showed the universe I was ready by pouring 2 cups of coffee every morning, even though I was the only person to drink those 2 cups of coffee. I showed the universe I was ready for a partner in my life by not filling my holiday schedule for Christmas. I showed the universe I was ready by keeping Thursday nights open. Like, that was me showing I'm ready for a partner. I have space. Look at this space that I have created. And like, if people are like sitting around and waiting, I know this whole episode is about business and I just told about a partner, but like, it's the same thing in your business. If you're wanting your business to be a certain dollar amount because you have this goal of giving back X number amount and you want to like have these things, you want to buy a house, whatever those things are, it's very valid to have whatever dollar amount you want is valid. You just need to know why you want it, right? If you're waiting for the universe to go, here's your bag of money, or go, oh, look, here is this connection. No, you have to go out and show the universe, I'm ready for that connection.
Well, this is what I talk about this all the time based on your ideal schedule webinar, right?
Yes.
Like, if you know what the schedule is that you want to keep for your business and you're teaching people at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and you don't have a client at 9 and 10, then you hold those hours open for the clients that you will have, and you actually use those hours to go find that client.
Yes. I want to make sure you all know this. I say this all the time, and you can get that whole webinar for free. It's called Ditching Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. ditchingbusy.com. So if you want to be teaching in the mornings and you are currently not, you don't just sit in your house and like clean and do laundry. You go and do actual things that would get you clients during that time. Your admin.
And that's the bold, audacious move.
Yes. Your admin, all the other things you do for your business, you're like, oh, I'll do it during that time because I don't have a client yet. Nope.
That's
you do that during your admin time.
100%. You do not just like, get through your emails while you're waiting for a client to magically appear. If you set aside 9 and 10, that's when you go find that client. You go out, you meet the people, you connect, you chat up the local business next to you, whatever. You got to be out there intentionally seeking the client that you're supposed to have at 9 and at 10.
Yes.
Okay. And that, I think, is the bold, audacious move.
Yes.
Where, Jennifer is talking about showing life and business that you're ready. I'm ready for this client. You know how ready I am? I'm so ready. I'm out here finding the client.
Yep. I definitely like made some moves in my business that were scary as fuck, but I could not continue going the same way I was and expecting my business to be different. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
All right. I'm Lesley Logan.
And I'm Brad Crowell.
How are you going to be bold and audacious? How are you going to become iconic? What were your takeaways from Jen Szpigiel? We want to know. We want you to tag the Be It Pod, tag her. And, if you have a question or a takeaway, or a bold move, or maybe you've had like a win because you've listened to the podcast, we want to know. We want to share with this podcast.
Yeah.
So you can actually, it's very easy. If you get the emails every Thursday from us, you can just reply back to those with those, or you can DM us on Instagram or on YouTube. We've had some amazing people who have commented on YouTube. So you can do it there, anywhere that's easy for you, so we can see it where we already are. We will make sure to share that on the show and shout you out. And until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day. Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is produced and edited by the epic team at Disenyo.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals and Samena Velazquez for our transcriptions.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all the content to our website, and finally to Meredith Crowell for keeping us all on point and on time.